The Cadillac name used to be synonymous with luxury, but in recent years that relationship has become strained. The model line diminished, and even rappers have abandoned the Escalade for Bentleys and Navigators. Now the company is ready to retake its crown the only way it can, by coming out with new, fresher cars. In fact, its entire lineup is being rebuilt and renamed. I'm driving a new breed of SUV from Cadillac. This one's called the XT5. Now that name may not roll off the tongue. It stands for Crossover Touring 5. And it also sort of hints that this car is going to go up against the BMW X5. In fact, the shifter on the console here looks a lot like it came from a BMW. If you want to be cynical, you could say the XT5 is just a new SRX. It certainly occupies the same place in Cadillac's lineup as that previous model. But the XT5 is built on a new, lighter chassis. It's got the same exterior dimensions as the SRX, but there's more interior room. Like the SRX, it's still a 5-passenger SUV with no option for a third row. Now, in keeping with modern Cadillac styling, the exterior is all about softened edges. To be honest, I expected the XT5 to drive like a dressed-up Chevy SUV. But this is really a lot better. There's a real solid feel, a really well-engineered feel to the driving character. Under the hood, I've got a 3.6-liter direct injection V6. Not a bad engine, 310 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque. It's not super powerful, but it's enough to get the job done, and it's competitive with the BMW X5. The XT5 doesn't have an air suspension like some of its luxury SUV competitors. What it has is adaptive dampers, and that leads to more sporty handling. It's also got torque vectoring on its all-wheel drive system, which is also good for handling. Now, if I put it in sport mode, it'll make those dampers a little more rigid and keep the car a little more level in the corners. But it defaults to touring mode, and what that does is it disconnects the rear wheels, works as a front-wheel drive vehicle, and gets you better fuel economy. Also, it'll deactivate 2 cylinders on the engine when you're just on the highway cruising, and that'll get you better fuel economy as well. One of the coolest things here is this is the first use I've seen of Cadillac's new smart mirror technology. So for the rear view mirror, they have a video display showing the imagery from a rear view camera. There's 2 good things about that. One is the imagery is really clear. It's a lot clearer than it would look in a regular mirror. Also, if I put cargo back there, people back there, I don't get my rear view obstructed. I can see right through them, sort of. A couple of problems, though, I noticed is when I glance up at it, my eyes have to adjust. There's a little bit of cognitive dissonance between the view out the front and my eyes adjusting to that video display. So that's a little weird. I hope they can solve that. Also, if I want to check my hair, if I look up here, well, I can't see myself in the mirror. And in the dashboard here, I've got a touchscreen, and that shows me the Cadillac user experience, which is their name for their infotainment system, navigation, digital audio, phone hookup, a lot of useful stuff there. It's actually a reskin version of Chevy's MyLink, and that's not a bad thing because it works really well. Now, I've been using Apple CarPlay a lot on here. I've got my iPhone hooked up to the system, so that gives me all the apps from my iPhone up on the screen. That works really well too, except I'm not crazy about Apple Maps for navigation. The estimated time of arrival has been really good, but I just don't like the look of that system as much. And Cadillac being a GM brand, I've got OnStar built into this car, and that comes with a 4G wireless hotspot, so you can hook your phone or tablets up to that. The base price for the XT5 is under $40,000. That's jaw-droppingly low. But this Platinum Edition I've been driving, with navigation and all-wheel drive, goes for over $60,000. 2017 Cadillac XT5 may not have the soft ride quality of a Lexus RX or Mercedes-Benz GLE. It really leans towards the sporty driving character of a BMW X5. But what it really does is brings back that luxury character that Cadillac needs.